China, a country that has its own versions of a lot of mobile games, and their games not only have exclusive content that the global versions don't, but they also have some changes or even censorship because of some government stuff, with the most famous example being released in August of 2013, the Chinese version of PvZ2 was originally made by PopCap, but around 2017 they handed the development to TalkWeb Games, a Chinese video game company that, aside from PvZ2 China, has also made a couple of PvZ spin-offs like PvZ Guard or PvZ Summon. And PvZ2 China's updates are separate from the global version, which means they get their own exclusive plants, zombies, worlds, and they even have a PvP game mode that the global version doesn't for some reason. Around 2 years ago, they even did a Subway Surfers collab, which the global version didn't get. Speaking of Subway Surfers, they also have a Chinese version. Subway Surfers China was made by Kilo and iDream Sky Games, another Chinese video game company that, aside from Subway Surfers, has also made Temple Run and Monument Valley for China. And just like PvZ2 China, this game also has a lot of exclusive content like characters, boards, and its own locations, which are mostly different parts of China. Most of these characters are also heavily inspired by Chinese culture, which makes sense since it's their game. There are also a couple of skins from the PvZ2 collab here, which aren't in the global version. And aside from the characters and boards, they have so many things going on at the same time, like 20 events and so many microtransactions. They even have these PvP modes which you can play with a team or alone. And they also have voice chat in them, which doesn't really make any sense for Subway Surfers. But one thing the Chinese version of this game didn't get was the skins from the Brawl Stars collab. Speaking of Brawl Stars, let's talk about Supercell games.
Gracias, Supercell, por maxear mi cuenta.
If you didn't know, Supercell is a Finnish video game company, which is owned by Tencent, a Chinese video game company. So it would only make sense for them to also have China exclusives. And they do. All of their live games have a Chinese version, like Clash Royale, which has become really popular recently. The Chinese version of this game has some things that the global version doesn't. The most obvious thing being card skins, like Golden Valkyrie, Golden Picker, Golden Mega Knight, this Wizard skin, and they recently added this new Archer Queen skin, which looks really cool. The Chinese version also has a PvE game mode, and some cards like Poison and Skeletons look very different from their global versions, because of those government regulations. For some reason, skeletons aren't allowed in China, and the same skeleton censorship is also present in Clash of Clans. And in that game, they even censor troops like Healer.
Boobies! Oh! 300 black men for only £2! Yes, sir!
Clash of Clans China also has exclusive features like bulk upgrading and the gacha system for unlocking special sceneries, decorations, and of course, hero skins. And a lot of those hero skins actually look really good. But another game with cool skins that we will never get is Brawl Stars China. Brawl Stars China has so many amazing skins, and in the global version, we recently got the Subway Surfers collab, right? Well, in China, they collabed with Neon Genesis Evangelion, holy sh**. But to get these skins, you have to use this gacha system, which is worse than the boxes in global. Besides the skins, there's even a social mode where you can hang out with people and show off your skins. And they also have a voice chat system here, which, for a game like Brawl Stars, does kind of make sense.
They stole our kids! I mean, who does that? Have you ever stolen anyone's children? Huh? Have you? I mean, you look like you would.
Angry Birds is another game that has multiple Chinese versions, and they were made by Royale and TalkWeb Games, the same people behind PVZ2 China. One game that they worked on together was Angry Birds Mini Hero, which has become lost media, so we can't really talk about that. But they also ported some games like Angry Birds Classic to China with 7 new episodes, which are Moonfest, Year of the Goat, Lunar New Year of the Golden Pig, Naughty Christmas, Happy New Year, Wandering Planet, and Summer, Back to the Beach. But only 2 of these episodes have new levels, and the rest just recycle old ones. And there isn't actually anything super crazy here, like an exclusive bird or something. Yes, the environments look cool, but that's all there is to it. The Chinese version also has a score doubler power-up, which makes getting 3 stars super easy. Angry Birds Seasons was also ported to China, but beside the score doubler power-up, it doesn't have anything new. And the final game is Angry Birds Time Travel. This game is technically the same as Angry Birds Classic, but with fewer episodes and 2 reskinned episodes, which are The Great Wall of China instead of Poached Eggs, and Future instead of Mighty Hoax. There is also one exclusive episode called Magic here, which again just looks cool. And recently, Rovio and Sega made a deal with a company called Kingsoft to bring their newer games like Angry Birds 2 back to China. And they even made Angry Birds 2 a pre-installed app on the new Xiaomi phone, so big win for them. Hill Climb Racing wasn't a game that I was expecting to have a Chinese version, but it does. And unlike the other games I talked about, this one sucks. This game is made by My Games, which is a company in Finland that publishes games to China. And the gameplay here is the exact same as the original game, and the only major difference is that instead of Bill, there's an anime girl. The cars here look a bit better than the global version, and some of the track backgrounds have also been replaced with Chinese backgrounds. But those things aside, this game is grindy as shit. Just the second car here costs 700,000 coins, and I am not gonna spend all my day grinding to get a stupid car. So I bought the coolest fucking car for 5 million coins. But what now?